Get ready to uncover the vibrant charm of Barcelona with our hand-picked list of the top 10 must-do activities in this captivating city. From stunning architecture to rich culture, these experiences showcase Barcelona's unique blend of history and modernity. Whether you're a beach enthusiast, a history lover, or a food aficionado, these activities will immerse you in the essence of this Mediterranean gem. Prepare to explore architectural wonders, indulge in delectable cuisine, and witness the dynamic energy that defines Barcelona. Don't miss out on this comprehensive guide to experiencing the best of Barcelona, where every corner offers a new adventure waiting to be explored. Because Barcelona is home to some of the most extraordinary and thought-provoking buildings in the world, a visit to the city's parks, museums, and churches is an absolute requirement. Tours of Antoni Gaudi's fantastical buildings such as Casa Batlló, La Sagrada Familia, and Park Güell are a wonderful way to begin each day in Barcelona. After having lunch at the lively Boqueria market, visitors can unwind with a refreshing cerveza, beer, on the sandy shores of La Barceloneta beach, while taking in the breathtaking panorama of the Mediterranean. Following a short nap, you should explore the vibrant nightlife in Las Ramblas, or the Gothic Quarter. In addition, if you are a fan of soccer, you just must pay a visit to Camp Nou Stadium, the home field of FC Barcelona, before you leave Barcelona. Number 1. Park Güell. Park Güell, which was designed by Antoni Gaudi, is as strange as parks can get. At first, Josep Güell planned for the park to be a neighborhood of homes for the wealthy. Güell hired Gaudi, but the project didn't work out because the land wasn't good for building. Gaudi kept working on the park, making it look like English gardens and building around the natural features of the land instead of destroying them. Today's park is spread out over 42 acres and has everyday park features with a twist that is very Gaudi. Here there is only one long, wavy stone bench with tiles and a view of the ocean. There aren't many benches scattered around like there are elsewhere, and instead of boring office buildings, the welcome centers here look like they belong in a Dr. Seuss book. They sell items from the park and have information about Gaudi and the park. You'll also find many beautiful paths that wind through green plants, down tiled stairs, and through jagged stone tunnels and columns. Don't miss the chance to see the Sala Hipòstila while you're here. The Sala Hipòstila, which is right at the door, was originally meant to be a market. Today, its only purpose is to impress tourists with its tall stone columns and beautiful mosaics, which are all over the ceiling. Gaudi's former house, which is now a museum called Casa Museu Gaudi and Turó de la Tres Creu, a lookout point with great views of the city in the southwest corner of the park, are also popular places to visit here. Number 2. Mercat de Sant Josep de la Boqueria, Boqueria Market. Even if you don't want to go to the touristy Las Ramblas, you should go there anyway because it will lead you to the Boqueria Market, which is a foodie's paradise. De la Boqueria Market opened in 1840 and was the first neighborhood market in Barcelona. But its history of food goes back much further than that. People say that the first people who sold food on the streets did so as early as the 13th century. When St. Joseph's Order moved out of the area, hence the name of the market, it took 4 years to build the market you see today. Today, the practice of selling goods is still going strong. In the covered marketplace, visitors can see and smell everything from fresh fish, meat, produce, and desserts to fruit juices and wines. Make sure to pick up some Spanish favorites like jamón ibérico, manchego cheese, and salted cod or bacalao while you're there. There are also bars and restaurants in and around the market, so there are plenty of places to eat. Number 3. Barri Gòtic, Gothic Quarter. The Barri Gòtic, also called the Gothic Quarter, is the oldest part of Barcelona. It is also the liveliest, since it is close to the city center. The narrow streets and pretty plazas of this neighborhood are lined with shops, restaurants, outdoor cafes, bars, and clubs, as well as beautiful examples of Roman and medieval architecture. There are also a lot of plazas to check out. You'll probably end up in Plaça de la Catedral if you go to the Barcelona Cathedral, but you should also visit Plaça Real and the smaller, more charming Plaça Sant Felip Neri, which was bombed by Spanish dictator Francisco Franco during the Spanish Civil War. You can still see the damage from the attack on the church in the square. The Plaça Real, which is full of palm trees, is much livelier and usually stays busy until the early hours of the morning. You should start your night out in Barcelona here. Plaça Sant Jaume is another important square. It is where the Catalan government has been since the Middle Ages. No matter where you go in the Gothic quarter, travelers say you will be charmed by its Spanish beauty even after you leave. Number 4. Las Ramblas. This busy street is one of the best places for tourists to visit in the city. So much so that if you go to Barcelona, you will end up here at some point. Las Ramblas is a pedestrian-friendly street right in the middle of the city. Because of this, you can expect it to be busy all day and night. During the day, you can look at souvenir stands, watch buskers and street performers, buy art from local artists selling on the street, or sit down at one of the many bars with outdoor seating and have a light snack. When the sun goes down, you should come here to start your night out, since there are many bars and parties nearby. Number 5. La Sagrada Familia, Church of the Sacred Family. Antoni Gaudí, a Catalan Art Nouveau master, worked on building La Sagrada Familia, Church of the Sacred Family, from 1882 until his death in 1926. La Sagrada Familia is a tall, Gothic-style church with a twist. Gaudí was known for saying, "My client, God, is in no hurry." But even then, he couldn't finish. The church is still being built. It is being paid for by private gifts, and it is expected to be done by 2026. Number 6. Casa Batlló. Antoni Gaudí, a well-known Catalan builder, did his best work in the details of Casa Batlló. This is probably the most well-known Gaudí's flat in Barcelona. It is also on the list of UNESCO World Heritage Sites. Casa Batlló is across the street from Casa Mila. It is known for its bright colors, detailed tile work, and skeleton-like terraces. The unusual front of the building is based on the story of St. George, who killed a dragon to save a girl. Number 7. Camp Nou Stadium. Even if you don't like football, you should go to Camp Nou to see how proud Catalans are of their FC Barcelona team. Camp Nou is the biggest stadium in Europe. It can hold nearly 100,000 yelling fans, which can be scary for visiting teams. The team has won a lot of prizes and awards over the years, which are on display in a museum on the grounds. Visitors can learn more about football and how it has changed the city through displays that are both interesting and fun to use. For example, Catalans rallied around the slogan "Más que un club," more than a club, when Francisco Franco was in power, and it became a sign of their desire for freedom. Even bigger gold letters make out the slogan between the Royal and Ruby stadium seats. Tickets to a game can be pricey, especially for El Clásico, depending on which team they are playing. Visitors say it's a once-in-a-lifetime event to see the passionate fans and some of the best football players in the world play. Number 8. Catedral de Barcelona, Barcelona Cathedral. The main church of Barcelona rises high above the center of the Barri Gòtic neighborhood. The Gothic church was first built in the late 1300s, but it wasn't finished until the middle of the 1500s. Spend a lot of time looking at the many examples of craftsmanship that went into making this cathedral, from the details on its outside to the many gold furnishings inside, like the stately altarpiece, which is part of the Church of St. Severus and is home to 140 statues of saints. Make sure to go to the cloister, which has a beautiful tropical garden, while you're here. Number 9. Museo Picasso, Picasso Museum. When you feel like you've seen enough Gaudí, go to the Picasso Museum for a change of pace. Most people know Pablo Picasso for his distorted images, but this museum shows his work in a way that looks like a timeline. This lets you see how his style changed from his early, more controlled works to his later, more whimsical paintings and sculptures. Make sure you give Picasso a lot of time. The museum has a lot of his work, including pieces from his famous Blue Period. The museum also looks at the artist's relationship with Barcelona over the course of his life, and explains why he picked that city for his museum before he died. Number 10. Palau de la Música Catalana, Palace of Catalan Music. People say that the Palau de la Música Catalana in Barcelona is the best example of Catalan Art Nouveau. The castle, which was designed by Lluís Domènech i Montaner, was named a UNESCO World Heritage Site because of its beautiful architecture. Outside, make sure to take pictures of the mosaic pillars and the busts of famous singers like Bach and Beethoven that sit on top of some of them. Travelers agree with experts that the Palace of Catalan Music is a beautiful piece of architecture. Visitors loved looking at all the intricate features in the music venue. They said that even if you can't get tickets to a show, it's worth going there just to see how beautiful it is. Others suggest very strongly that you wait for a show. Some people didn't like the price to get in or the fact that you had to go on a tour to see the place. Those who did go to a show said that hearing such great music in such a beautiful place was almost like magic, and the only way to really enjoy this sight